The Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth presents their 2014 Awards Banquet held at the Strand Theater Event Room in downtown Wadsworth.
My name is Brandon Cobb, and on behalf of the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth, I'd like to welcome all of you to our awards ceremony. We are truly honored to share this evening with all of you as we are here tonight to award 18 scholarships to Wadsworth High School seniors. Before we get started with our presentations, I'd like to take a moment to tell you some background information about our organization. First off, the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth, or the SFW as we call it, is a nonprofit 501c3 organization that was established in 1987. It all started with one man's vision, a man by the name of John Bouchon, a former Wadsworth student. John's vision was to establish a foundation to help young men and women fulfill their dreams of attending college. In particular, he wanted to assist individuals who had a proven financial need, had specific goals for their lives, and who had demonstrated a sound work ethic. The foundation is governed by a 14-member board of directors with representation from former students, parents, and certified staff members. All of our board members volunteer their time to make the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth better each and every year. As board members, we meet at least once a month, solicit donations, organize our casino night fundraiser, interview scholarship candidates, and continue our mission by giving scholarships to our seniors. This night would not be possible without the work of the trustees. Our current trustees include Pepper Bates, who's in attendance. Just raise your hand. Buster Bowser, Tom Casto, Susie Cliffel, Dan Dietz, Roger Havens, Walt Kendig, Mary Lynn, Ty Powers, Jill Stevens, Kathy Stugmeyer, Gwen Rivers, and Gail Williams. Let's give them a round of applause. Our goal has always been to give money to students in need, and that is just what we've been able to do. The SFW has had the opportunity to award over $375,000 over the last 27 years. The Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth interviews for several different scholarships during our interview process that takes place in March and April. Our scholarships include the Mary Lee Stitzel Scholarship, the Tiffany Painter Scholarship, the W.P. Hayduck Scholarship, the VFW Scholarship, the Ruby Razor Art Scholarship, and our own, the SFW Scholarship. We are here tonight to present all 6 scholarships. Lastly, before we get started, we'd like to thank one of our biggest donors, American Legion Post 170. Joe Rogers and the wonderful people of the American Legion Post 170 donated the food that you are enjoying tonight. The American Legion Post has been a regular supporter for many years. Their support is much appreciated. We also appreciate the support of many of our donors, like VFW Post 1089, who helps our cause throughout the year. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Okay, first up, I would like to call up Julie Stitzel for her scholarship.
Thanks, Brandon. Could I have Cassie Wyrick and Aaron Zita please come up? I'm here to present the Mary Lee Stitzel Scholarship. Mary Lee was my mom. But while they're coming up, I just also wanted to thank the Scholarship Foundation Board for their dedication to this effort. But in particular, I wanted to give a shout out to my Aunt Gail, Mary Lee's sister, for always continuing to keep Mom's memory alive and doing it each and every year. So we've got two talented young ladies up here, but before I tell you a little bit about them, I just wanted to touch a little bit about my mom. She was a lot of things, but Aunt Gail specifically told me that I only had 3 minutes, so I picked 3 qualities that I think were present in these young ladies that my mom also possessed. The first being that she was an extremely hard worker. Things I don't think always came easy for her, but despite that, she always persevered, and she had this relentless passion for always being better and for continuing to achieve, which is something that definitely resonated when I read the applications of Erin and Cassie. She was an advocate. She had a soft spot for the underdog, and I think what motivated her in her work, which was nursing and advocating for the elderly, was a sense of fairness and justice in everything that she was doing. And I'd say finally that she was an optimist. So I think like a lot of people here, life can get hard and it can throw you a curveball every now and then, and she was able to persevere in those times with an overwhelming sense of faith and confidence that at the end of the day things would always work out. And I don't know if she was just lucky, but it just seemed like things always did work out for her. So I see a lot of these same qualities in both of these girls, and in my eyes, they're what made my mom a force. And so I want to tell you a little bit about these two, starting with Cassie. She plans to pursue nursing at Muskingum College. Her volunteer efforts are extremely impressive. And I don't know if things changed from when you guys were in high school, but I was reading these things and the applications, and I was so impressed with the amount of volunteer effort and time that you guys put forth in your community, in your churches, and at school. So it's just really impressive. Cassie, she volunteers at Big Brothers Big Sisters, and at just to name a few things, at the Dr. Seuss Carnival at Overlook. In her application, she said that she was very grateful and humble, when she was talking about her family. So I just wanted to read a quote from her application. She said, "I have 2 loving and supporting parents that have given me the tools to be successful in life, and 2 sisters I can rely on for help and guidance." So I don't know if they're here today, but if they are, could they just wave? Great. So congratulations to you guys as well. And like my mom, Cassie has experience working with the elderly, and in her application, she described a friendship with a woman named Hazel, which I thought was really sweet. So I hope that you're able to tell her that you received the scholarship. But when I was reading about your time with her, it was really touching. Erin is the second recipient, and she plans to study nursing at the University of Pittsburgh to become a nurse practitioner. Erin is the editor-in-chief of the high school yearbook staff, among many other things. Like I said, I don't have a lot of time, but these girls are amazing and super impressive. And she has a list of volunteer activities, including Big Brother, Big Sister, and at the Senior Center for Older Adults. One thing that jumped out at me in Erin's application, and I need to add the disclaimer, I didn't pick the recipients, so I can't take credit for it, but I'm really grateful to the board for picking them because I really think they represent a lot of the qualities that my mom possessed. But I was impressed with Erin's choice to take AP classes her sophomore and junior year, even though it wouldn't necessarily translate to a better GPA. So I think challenging herself in that way was impressive. One of the things that reminded me of my mom when I read Erin's application was her quote about her time at the Senior Center. She said, "The Senior Center is really fun to volunteer at because the elderly enjoy life so much." And I couldn't agree with you more. And I hope that this scholarship helps you on your path to becoming a nurse practitioner. I had the privilege of sitting with her parents while we were waiting for the ceremony to start, and they too are also very proud, so I wanted to acknowledge Erin's parents as well in the crowd. Can you wave? And to just say that it's a privilege again to present this scholarship to 2 remarkable young ladies. I mean, you guys are impressive, and I want to congratulate you and best of luck at school, but also have a good time at prom, which I understand is this Saturday. So congratulations.
All right, our next presenter will be Pepper Bates with her scholarship.
My name is Pepper Bates, and I'm here representing the William Hayduck family. I have been associated with the Scholarship Board for about 15 years, but more closely associated with our winners tonight as their assistant principal at the middle school. And my, how you've grown. It's very touching. The William Hayduck Scholarship, much like the Stitzel Scholarship, is a memorial. I talked too much last year, so I wrote down my notes to tailor it, but I loved when Julie said underdog, because that was also very popular word with William Hayduck. The ideal candidate meets the following criteria: has a 3-point grade point average or above, shows financial need, is in pursuit of preferably a chemical or mechanical engineering degree, and displays a good work ethic. Mr. Hayduck was a chemistry teacher, a high school principal, a coach, an inventor, an engineer, a business owner, a problem solver, a husband, and a father, who tirelessly worked his whole life to make things better. He was the owner of Luke Engineering and Manufacturing Company here still in Wadsworth, and before he passed away, retired at the age of 82. He loved a student driven by goals, plans to change the world, and intent to make it better. And he was my dad. Today's scholarship recipient exemplifies these traits. He is a hard-driving, dedicated student taking advanced placement coursework in math and science, a standout student athlete. He will continue to play football as he pursues his college goals, attending the Ohio Northern University. He held several jobs throughout his high school years and reflected with us that he learned that hard work pays off and that money does not come easy. He learned the value of money and intends to contribute as much as he can to his college education. He has given his time to help others through his church, volunteering, coaching youth sports, assisting senior citizens and neighbors with lawn and home maintenance, and definitely impressed our interview committee, both through his past accomplishments and the strong goal-oriented future plans in the field of engineering. I would like to invite Kyler Caldwell to come up and accept the William Hayduck Scholarship. Even with notes on the Congratulations, it's a pleasure to present this to you. And instructions on how to get the money are
I'd like to welcome Tom Fatrick and Tim Ryan to present their scholarship.
I'm Tim Ryan. This is Tom Patrick. We're both officers with the Wadsworth VFW Post 1089. We're here to present the VFW Scholarship. If I could have Stephen Nordstrom come forward, please. Stephen works for the Wadsworth Youth Baseball and Softball Association as an umpire. He also works at BW3s in Medina. He spent a total of 1,200 hours over the past 2 summers volunteering at a Young Life camp. Sorry about that. Stephen has been a part of post-secondary and taken AP and honors classes in high school. He will be attending the University of Toledo and majoring in chemical engineering. Please give a nice round of applause for Stephen.
Up next, I'd like to welcome Stephanie and Todd Painter to present their scholarship.
First off, I would also like to give a special thanks to Ty Powers. It really means a lot to us that after all these years, he still spearheads this and keeps the spirit of our sister alive. Each year, we give out a scholarship for Tiffany Painter, our sister. In memory of her, she was very active in high school, did pretty much anything you can think of, cheerleading, softball, volunteered in the church, was in the National Honor Society. Through all that, she managed to touch plenty of lives, was a very special person. And from what I've been told, the person that she is getting this scholarship this year is spot on. So I'm sure she'd be very proud of this. So I'll let Stephanie introduce her.
Okay, so this year's recipient of my sister's scholarship award is just as dedicated in her church and her community as she is to her school. I reviewed this application and I found one common theme that kind of emerged to me after reading through, and it was caring leadership. She appears to be someone who follows her heart and moves towards what inspires her. So whether it's coaching intramural basketball or tutoring and mentoring through Huddle, cheerleading every single year throughout high school, entertaining and inspiring through her gifts of music and theater, she also is serving the community, youth, the elderly, and the underprivileged through Safety Town, Safety Forces Camp, even the Youth Carnival through her church, and also through Feeding Medina County program, just to name a few. She has been recognized for her caring leadership, not only here today, but also recently by being selected for the 2014 Spring Leadership Ball. Also a Wadsworth High School Student of the Month this past October, also a member of the National Honor Society, and all while achieving and graduating with a 4.0 grade point average. So Taya Tarasi, if you could come up. I just have one more thing to say. So it's funny because I think back about high school and I can't even remember what was going through my mind. But I'll tell you that if you continue to pursue your STEM education locally, which is really good for your parents, I guess, right? I encourage you to continue to think with your heart just as much as you do your mind, and you will be a caring leader for the rest of your life. Thank you.
Now up to present would be Ruby Razor and Sue Greenhall. Come on up.
We're very pleased tonight to award a wonderful young woman the Ruby Razor Art Scholarship. And before we do, I'd like Mom to say just a couple words. Would you like to come up?
Well, I decided to do this scholarship 2 years ago when I was 90. And I didn't think I'd be here 2 years later, but I'm thankful I am. And I just wish the best to Erin Hardgrove.
Erin, you're coming up. Good. Let me tell you just a second about the Ruby Razor's Art Scholarship. First of all, Mom has been a local artist here in town for years. She paints all the time and paints local scenery and family and pets and clowns and all kinds of things. She's always done that. And she shares these wonderful paintings with others. She has always loved to be creative and share. So this scholarship was set up exactly for a young lady like this who is interested in the arts and being creative and displays talent and in the art field. And Erin, to tell a little bit about this remarkable young woman, has an incredible GPA, a grade point average, and so very scholarly student. And she loves creating and design, and that's what she's interested in. She's interested in interior design, is that right? And she's going to be going to Kent State in the fall. Unfortunately, I'd like her to come to the University of Akron, where I am, but that's all right. That's all right. Okay. But she has an incredible amount, like these other young people, of volunteer hours, volunteering at the zoo, volunteering with. Where was it? Something called the Interact Club, bell ringing for the Salvation Army, with the Rotary Breakfast with Santa, Relay for Life, and freshman orientation volunteer. She's just done a lot, and she's worked hard during this time. And she's worked at one of my favorite places, Boss Frosty's, right? And she wrote on here that, I've worked at Boss Frosty's and at Menchie's. I've learned that you may not always get recognized for working your hardest, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't do your best. So I know she does her best, and we are very happy to give her this scholarship that will help her pursue her dreams in interior design and beyond. Okay?
All right, now it's my turn to present some scholarships. These are the SFW scholarships, or the Scholarship Foundation of Wadsworth. These are our own scholarships. I have 12 names here. When I call off your name, just please come up to my right. Be careful, there's steps over here. This is kind of a ledge. I don't want anyone falling, getting hurt on their special evening here. So I need to see Kyle Anderson, Troy Baker, Michaela Blom, Catherine Case, Carly Cundiff, Joshua Hillegrass, Benjamin Murphy, Gabrielle Neppinger, Autumn Riggenball, Alexandria Santiago, Spencer Shelton, and Kelsey Wanger. You know what? We'll just move a couple of people. Okay. All right. Just remember to step forward as I call out your name. That way they know who you are, and I'll read a little bit, and then we'll get you off. Actually, and you got to stay on stage, too, till the end, okay? I know. All right, first we have Kyle Anderson. Kyle is a lifeguard at the YMCA. He runs track and cross country for the high school. He has also helped...
That's me. Yeah. Oh, man. It could be one of us, too. It's not Kyle, though.
Okay. Excuse me, I don't know how that happened. You're not going to Miami either.
Oh, that's me then.
I don't know how. Okay, well, let's scrap that. Kyle Anderson, come on up. He met our criteria. We need good work ethic, driven, goal-oriented. I'm sorry for messing up your whole spiel, but let's give it up for Kyle Anderson. I'm still going to wonder how that happened here. So, all right. Next, we have Troy Baker. Hopefully this one's right. Troy devotes much of his time to working on the family farm. He is also involved with Huddle, Vacation Bible School, high school sports, and band. Troy will be attending the University of Akron and majoring in computer science. Let's give it up for Troy. Next, we have Michaela Blom. Michaela works 18 to 20 hours a week at Goodwill in Wadsworth. She also volunteers her time helping the Akron Food Bank and Overlook Elementary School. Michaela will be attending The Ohio State University. She will major in chemistry or anthropology. Let's give it up for Michaela. Next, we have Catherine Case. Catherine is an avid recycler who works at the Comfort Inn. She also enjoys fishing in her spare time. She will be attending Kent State University, where she will be majoring in business. Let's give it up for Catherine. Next, we have Carly Cundiff. Carly is employed at Frogan Yozert and waters the... Is that the right? Frogan Yozert? Okay. Sounded funny. And waters the flowers in downtown Wadsworth. She has also been involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters, the Bruin newspaper, State Science Fair, NHS, and Color Guard. She will continue her education at John Carroll University and major in journalism. Let's give it up for Carly. Next, we have Joshua Hillegrass. Joshua works at the inn at Coal Ridge as a dietary server, and he is a lifeguard at the YMCA. Joshua also participates in peer tutoring, Huddle, Science Club, Ohio Leadership Institution, and track. Joshua will be attending The Ohio State University and hopes to work in radiology someday. Let's give it up for Joshua. Next, we have Benjamin Murphy. Sorry to call you Ben.
You can call me whatever, I don't mind.
Ben currently works as a lifeguard at the YMCA. I got the right person now. He is also busy with post-secondary, cross-country, track, and student council. Ben will be attending Miami University, where he is motivated to someday become a psychiatrist. Let's give it up for Ben. Next, we have Gabrielle Neffinger. Gabrielle spends her time working at Goodwill in Wadsworth. She is also involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters, Key Club, and the Salvation Army. Gabrielle will be attending Kent State University, and she will be majoring in international relations. Let's give it up for Gabrielle. Autumn Riggenball. Autumn works at Benninger's Ice Cream and does some computer work in her spare time. She is also involved in French Club, Huddle, and track. Autumn will be attending Miami University, where she will major in business. Let's give it up for Autumn. Alexandria Santiago. Alexandria is employed at Boss Frosty's. It's a competitor to Benninger's, by the way. She has also been involved with Spanish Club, School Ambassador, soccer, and softball. Alexandria plans to attend Baldwin Wallace University and wants to have a career in communications. Let's give it up for Alexandria. Next, we have Spencer Shelton. Spencer is employed at Travel Centers of America. He has also been on the football team for the past 4 years. Spencer will be attending the Scripps School of Journalism at Ohio University, which I've heard is very tough to get into, where he wants to major in journalism and sports management. It is his goal to become a sports broadcaster someday. Let's give it up for Spencer. And last but never least, Kelsey Wanger. One clap. That's all right. Kelsey works for Home Helpers, where she is an office assistant. She is also involved with the wrestling team and plays softball for Wadsworth High School. She is the president of the Little Sis program for the wrestling team and has helped students with disabilities. Kelsey will be attending Kent State University and majoring in nursing. Let's give it up for Kelsey. Now let's give it up for all 12 of the SFW recipients.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Kyle, my apologies. Last year I forgot to name one of our board members, and now I forget who Kyle is. All right. Before we conclude the ceremony, I'd like to offer a few words of advice for all of our recipients. I have 10 tips for you that I hope you will find helpful for being successful in college. Number 1, do something in the next year that would surprise your high school friends. This is the time for discovery, for learning what you like and what you don't like. Try an activity, go to a performance, take a course that offers a completely new experience. Number 2, ask questions. Don't be afraid to expose what you don't know of any topic or issue, in or out of class. The most dangerous people are those who've stopped asking questions because they think they know all the answers. Number 3, control your impulses. Sudden freedom is intoxicating. Go where you want, do what you want, and when you want, but with freedom comes responsibility. Before acting impulsively, take a moment to consider the risk and the consequences. Number 4, help others. Whether tutoring someone in your dorm or joining an on-campus service group, carry on your hometown's tradition of generosity, community service, and compassion. Number 5, join at least one club, organized activity, or team. It's a sure way to meet people whom you share an interest and learn from older students who know the ropes. 6, without risking your safety, do something that scares you. Whether it's public speaking, auditioning for a play, supervised rock climbing, or simply developing social skills, confront a fear and try to work through it. Success is about overcoming obstacles. Number 7, accept that life isn't fair. People cheat, people lie. Some people in authority are corrupt. Get over it and always take the high road. 8, exercise on a regular basis. If you've been an athlete but will not compete, don't go cold turkey. Join an intramural team. If you've never worked out, now's your chance. You'll have a schedule that allows time. Beware of the freshman 15. Number 9, make learning to think clearly and solve problems your primary goal. No matter your field of study, the ability to accurately analyze information and solve problems is what drives real-world success. Number 9, make learning to think clearly and... Oh, I just read that one, excuse me. Number 10, measure success not by what you get, but by what you give. How do you impact the lives of others is the greatest yardstick. Good luck to tonight's recipients. Let's give them all one more round of applause. Couple things before I get off this stage. People always ask about our foundation. If you'd like to learn more about the foundation, please go on the web. You could always do a search SFW Wadsworth, or it's www.sfwadsworth.org. You can learn more about our foundation, more about how you can get involved. Also, we'd like to take pictures of all the recipients, so please stick around. We'd like to take some pictures on stage. I know parents would like to get pictures. This truly is a special moment, and I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.